Hi, welcome back to part 3 of my Introduction to OpenRoads series. In this video, we're going to be talking about creating a zero elevation vertical profile. We're going to be talking about changing stationing of the alignment, and we're also going to be talking about the complex Redefine tool. These are the last three major things that we'll pretty much need in this program going forward. So as you can see here, I've just got just a tutorial alignment. It's got two horizontal curves and three tangent sections. So we want to add a vertical profile to it. Now I do have an active zero elevation profile or terrain. However, that's not going to matter. So just to show you how to make this vertical profile, you're going to select your alignment and then okay, so there is this element profiles drop down, and you can do profile by constant elevation. So if you go ahead and click that, you can see that you can type in a constant elevation here, and then it will use your active feature, which is geometry baseline, and then you can make your type in just whatever vertical profile you want the name to be. So I typically tend to name them the horizontal alignment, and then I add vert after it, but you can really name them whatever you want. So we already have our line selected, so we can left click to accept. You can see it brings up parameters elevation again, which is 0, so we're going to hit left click again to accept. And now we have a associated vertical profile with an elevation of 0 associated with this horizontal alignment, and by default it is set active. So if we click on this line and we go to open profile model, it will say use active feature. So if we click on view 7, locate plan element, just click on it again, click on view 7, you can see our zero elevation profile line. So if you want to, again, it's set active by default. So this would say set active profile, but if you don't want it, you can clear the active profile and then draw in another one. But this will be sufficient for IHSDM purposes for now. So that's how you set a zero elevation vertical profile directly in OpenRoads. So now I'm going to just go over changing the stationing of this alignment. So as we went over in part 2, there's this element annotation, and if you click on your line and accept it, it will, it's going a little slow. It will automatically place the stationing on your line. Again, you can set the scale depending on how big the alignment is. It will change the scale of all of them. That's why it's freezing up here a little bit. There we go. So it did change, the size a little bit, but this alignment's pretty big in comparison over here. So right now, the point of beginning we have is 0 plus 0, 0. However, sometimes when we're modeling ramps, we want the ramp alignment to start at the point of the main line alignment. So say this was an exit ramp of station 110. So this is going to be this point right here is going to be the gore point at station 110. So we want to change it from 0 up to 110. So we're going to go into geometry. There's going to be a modify button here, and then modify start station. So down here, start distance we have locked at 0. That just means it's going to change the beginning point. And then we can enter the new value for the start station. So we want 110 plus 0, 0. And we also have a distance of 0. So we locate our alignment. We left click to accept the start distance, left click to accept the start station. Hope that the program doesn't freeze. Okay, and now it is changed to 110 plus 0, 0. So this is, again, going to be very useful for modeling ramp gore locations. Pretty much the only application that we'll need it for, but it is very useful. There is also a way, say, so I'm going to just put in say we have an intersection an intersecting cross street right here. So this is now it's going to be a local road alignment. So we want the intersection point to be a specific location. So if we want the intersection to be directly at station 135, we can again modify this line, modify start station. We'll unclick our start distance. We're going to change our start station to 135 plus 00, locate our element, and now we can snap to that intersection point, click it as 135 plus 00, and now we have an intersecting station that starts at 135 plus 00 and then counts backwards. So now our new start dropped 59 feet. But that's very useful for modeling cross streets, just so you can start them you don't have to start them at 0, you can start them at, just whatever, so you have a nice intersecting station so you can enter intersections at even stations like that. So that's a very useful feature as well. The last feature we're going to talk about today is the complex redefine tool, and what that does is it makes it so you can add in a second geometry. So say that the center line of the road of a build alternative is changing, you can easily change this alignment. So we're going to have to go ahead and draw in a new center line. So, alright, so we're going to start at station 121 here. We're going to, maybe chop part of this out. So bear with me here while we make this new alignment. So we're going to end it there. Now we're going to have to add in some horizontal curves. So we're going to do our arc between elements. Turn the radius off, so we hit our first two lines. We'll say the radius here is 1500 or so. Instead of both here, you're just going to want to do a head, because it'll only trim off that new one. And now you've got a curve that connects to the existing tangent. Now you have your new tangent. We're going to need one more curve here. So let's go ahead and add in a curve. The radius there is kind of short, so maybe we'll make it up to 5,000. That looks pretty good. Trim here, you want to do both, just so it'll trim both lines. And then we're going to have one more curve that we want over here. Sorry, that was the wrong button. So we're going to have arc between elements, simple arc. Click on our 2 points. That radius seems kind of big, so maybe we'll do 2,000 feet. Left click to accept. Trim here is back. It'll only trim this back line. And now we have a new center line of this roadway alignment. So we're going to need to make it into a complex geometry by element. Again, we can just use automatic for this case. So see, it selects our new line. We're going to left click to accept. I didn't name it. It doesn't really matter too much. It'll automatically rename. So now we're going to go into the complex redefine tool, which is over in common tools. But first, we select our new alignment. We come over and we hit simplify geometry, locate our new mainline alignment, left click to accept. Now we can use this complex redefine tool. So we click on the complex redefine, we select our first center line alignment, so now it's selected, and now we're going to left click on our new alignment. So as you can see, the stationing, our start station is exactly the same. However, the new alignment follows this new center line that we just created. So if you want to, we can look at the vertical profile. However, that also automatically updates. So if we open a profile model, select our plan element, and then open a view. I guess we've already got one on that view. Okay, so nothing on view 8 here. Let's open this up. And you can see that our vertical profile also updated. It starts at 109 plus 40 about. And it also keeps in your old geometry. So if you put in this new center line and you want to go back to this old one, all you have to do is go back into complex redefine, locate your element, and then locate your old alignment and accept it. And it's going to swap stationing back over to this alignment. And now you have your other center line alignment still in there, but it's not active and it's not being used, and the vertical profile automatically changes. So this would be useful if you have multiple proposed build designs, if you have multiple ramp, I guess maybe not ramp, but main line alignments, center line alignments. You can do them all using complex redefine, and then just do the import export, and you can do both of them as different build alternatives. But those are the last three main things that we're going to need using OpenRoads. So I hope this was helpful and you found some uses for practical applications.